It's Thursday morning. That means Friday Eve. That's right. Good morning to you guys. It's the Fox 26 Morning After Show. Denise, Mike, Dave, all here. You know how we do, right? You know how we do. Thursday morning. So good to have all three of you guys and you guys watching. Denise, better known as, well, for this show, Niecy. Good morning to you. How are you? What's on your mind this morning?
Nate, you know what? I was wondering, how's that arm doing? That shoulder?
Well, see, you know, I should have
today?
known. You know what? I should have known you were going to start with shenanigans. I should have known you were going to do that.
I'm just checking
what,
on you.
You know what? You know what? If you think that I would have really lost that yesterday,
You did twice.
I got news for you.
We watched it twice.
You know what? If you came in here and you arm wrestled me right now, you win too. You would.
Nate, you really expect us to believe that you let Amber beat you yesterday?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah,
Mike,
I do.
you missed it.
I
right?
do. I do.
Let me
If you expect me to no, I could never do anything like no. It's like Tony actually said it. The owner of the gym, he actually said it. But it's a girl. I said you better lose. That's what I told him. I said you better. I looked at him. I said you better lose. I gave him the eye.
Well, I believe she beat both of
You
y'all
better
fair
look-
and square.
She did.
So,
She beat us both
props
fair and
to
square.
Amber for sure.
Even though Tony lifts 300 pounds and he's about 225 and in shape, yeah, she beat him fair and square. Yep.
Oh man. So Nate, this morning, you know, we were talking about some trending stories and
Oh.
oh my gosh. Well, I'm pretending like I didn't even see that, okay? Nate,
I had to do it for you. I gotta let you know something up under this shirt.
Okay. All right, Nate.
Just letting you know.
All right. Yeah. So anyway, there are a lot of trending stories, as you guys know, and this one story was just unbelievable to me. This woman who likes to have like cleaning tutorials on TikTok. She's pretty popular. Her name is Miss Messy. Here she is. So she got fed up with her husband because he refused to do any chores, and so she went on strike. Look at this.
Really?
Mess. Yes. The house just a mess. Guess what he does?
What does he do?
He decides to leave and go live with his mommy in Europe.
What?
Yes, he left. And so he finally, you know, came back at some point and he brought his mom with him.
Bro, this.
Yes. And so then the strike was over. But I'm like, can you believe this?
No, I can't.
Nate, I know you wouldn't do your wife
No,
like that.
there's no way. There's no way.
Now, see, my husband tries to be slick. He tries to put most of his chores, you know, onto my little son, my baby, who's 10.
Really?
And so, yeah, he used to pay him, but now he hasn't been paying him. And so now my son's coming to the CEO, me, telling me that his employer is no longer paying him. So, you know, now I have to get in between the two. It's just, it's ridiculous.
See, like my wife's the CEO of my house too, just so you know. And she can also beat me in arm wrestling, and so can my daughter, you know. And you would too. You beat me, and so would your daughter. I'm just letting you know. So I get it. I don't understand though, and I understand what your husband's doing with your 10-year-old.
Yes,
he's got to learn.
He needs some responsibility.
He's got to learn.
Yeah,
he's got to learn.
But now I'm wondering, like, well, what are you doing then if he's doing all your chores?
Yeah, I mean, some of them. Sometimes you got to come behind your kids because they don't always. As your mom and dad would say, you half did it.
Right,
you know,
exactly.
You only cleaned it 50% for those of you who don't understand half do.
Yeah.
You cleaned it 50, maybe 40 to 50%. That's not good enough. That's not clean.
Right, and
That's
I'm a
just half
micromanager
clean.
too.
No,
Like,
are you?
I get worried. I mean, if he's dealing with some dishes, he's loading the dishwasher. I'm like,
Well, you know you're supposed to wash the dishes before you put them in the dishwasher.
I do that. See, they don't believe in that.
Oh
though.
no, you got to wash them first.
I'm scrubbing all of them. Yes.
Oh God, all that stuff, crud is going down your.
Yes.
You know, it's going down your drain, and you don't want that. So it's going down anyway, but you need to wash it. You need to clean it really good before you
I
put
go
it in the
behind
dishwasher.
them after every little thing.
God,
they do.
man, I know we're going somewhere we didn't want to go. I can't believe this guy doesn't do any chores around the house. He leaves everything for his wife to
And
do.
went to Europe though. Left to go stay with his mom. Just unbelievable.
That's awful.
Yeah.
That's just awful. There's no more lazy than that. You can't be any more lazy than that.
Yeah, folks were chiming in. They were like, okay, either hire some help or hire a divorce lawyer.
Well, I want to see. Let me see if I can find what people are saying right now about that. Okay, so they're saying good morning. I guess nobody is going to skip your profile without. Okay. Let's
Nate, what
see.
kind of chores do you do at home?
Oh, you really want to know?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
I clean up the kitchen. I mop. I dust.
Oh.
I do my yards. I do my ceilings. I do my ceiling fans. I clean my air vents. I did clean the air. You got to also change the air filters. There's not shake rugs, wash clothes. I do all that.
Oh, wow. Your wife really is the CEO.
Clean stove. I do a clean oven, refrigerator. I don't miss a beat at home.
That is awesome, Nate.
What'd you think?
Give yourself a pat on the back.
You thought I've been doing it all my life.
I didn't know that. All right. Well, Mama raised you right.
Yeah, she did. She did. No question. Yeah, she did.
Well, that's good to know.
Yeah. So, I mean, not to get too personal, but you did ask.
Good, Nate. I'm proud.
Oh, I'm glad you are.
Mama's proud.
I'm glad you are. When you think you're brave enough, come in here and see if you can beat me arm wrestling.
Really?
I'm just telling
Really,
you,
Nate?
you will. Isn't that right, Rico? Denise she'd beat you too, wouldn't she?
Oh, I can definitely beat
Come
Rico.
on, man, Rico.
I can
Come
beat
here,
Rico.
Rico. Rico, come here real quick. Come here real quick. Come here.
Are you no, yes, you and Rico.
Stick it out his chest. You got to bend down. You got to bend down.
You and Rico
Look
should
at him.
arm wrestle.
So Rico, are you telling
Oh
me
my
that you would beat
gosh.
Denise?
Would I beat her?
Yeah, they can't hear you. Remember, you got my.
Would I beat her
Yes. Would you beat Denise?
like a drum?
Rico, I won't let you do that. I can't let you do that. Not to Denise.
Like I'm on WWE?
Oh man. Hey, maybe Mike will help me out. Mike, can you take care of my lightweight? Can you handle my lightweight for me,
There
please?
you go. There you go.
I don't
Denise.
have time for this.
There you go,
Look at
Denise.
this
No, but
foolishness.
wait. Here's the okay. Hey, so Nate, and I wish Rico could hear this, but you know how like in wrestling, Rico was just talking about WWE and all that stuff.
Yeah.
So this is Denise's entry song. You know the song they play when you
Yes, when you come out. Uh-huh.
come out.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's it. The walk it.
D-Nice, yep.
There you go.
My name is D-Nice.
Look at
That's
her.
what she's gonna. That's
at
what
her.
she's gonna walk out to. You know, like this.
Yeah, I
and all
can't come
that.
out looking,
Hey, Mike.
cute though. I gotta, put my
Mike, let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
Put Denise on the screen. Let me ask you a question,
gotta
Mike.
put my mean mug on.
And Mike.
I don't
And
know if we
Mike.
could do that.
What's
It's
up?
not easy to just pull up triple boxes like that.
Do it all the time. But anyway,
Yeah, but
I
not
gotta.
like on
Hey.
demand.
Hey, Mike, can your wife and daughters beat you arm wrestling?
No.
Mike.
No, they can't. Especially my wife. She has this frozen shoulder thing going on right now.
Oh, really?
no.
So she's got like a rotator cuff. It's just she's not beating anybody at arm wrestling at this
Okay.
point.
How about your daughters? Can your daughters take you, Mike? I mean,
My daughters are very.
would you let your daughters take you though, Mike?
No, my daughters are very dainty.
Dainty.
Yeah, they're not arm wrestling anybody.
Oh, okay.
Now my youngest will arm wrestle me, and she knows that she'll tell me how much effort to put into it because she wants to see, how hard she could push. So
she wants to at least try to beat you.
yeah, ultimately she will win. The other two, I think, if I asked them to arm wrestle me, they would have no interest whatsoever.
Denise, did you just hear Mike? Ultimately, she will win.
Yeah.
Now, do you actually think
Hey, we got our boxes.
that a man would beat you like that? I mean,
Well, we were talking about you and Amber. Amber's she's in shape, and we just
Oh, like
assumed
I'm not.
Well,
Nate is a D1 athlete.
but
Like
did you, Mike? You didn't see Amber. You didn't see
No.
it.
Amber, now she's got muscles. She's got muscles.
A lot, yeah.
I call them muscles. She's
Yes,
she's definitely, but
Yeah, we could see her muscles. We could see hers.
you can't see my skeletal frame. No, I'm just kidding. No, there's no way. There's no way. No.
Well, we got a good laugh out of it.
It was fun.
Yes, that's what
Yeah.
we needed.
It was fun. I was not going to do that. She told me last time, she said, you made me work too hard. All I did was I shook her hand to death.
Yeah, I mean,
She was a sweetheart. I love her.
Yeah, she was. They were all
Yeah.
cool.
This
Yeah,
is
absolutely.
this is before Denise's time because Denise was from the 90s, but this
Is she
going
from the 90s, Mike?
but this is going back to the 80s. So back in the 80s, there used to be this action star that Denise has never heard of. His name is Sylvester Stallone.
Yes.
I've heard of him.
He had a movie called Over the Top that was an arm wrestling movie.
Oh.
Do you remember this?
I've never seen that, never heard of it.
Oh, man. Nate?
I don't think Nate has either, the way he's looking.
I have.
Oh, you have?
No, Over the Top. So in Over the Top, it's like, back in the 80s, they made all these epic movies. Like they had Top Gun, that was about fighter pilots. But then it started to get a little bit crazy. Well, like they did Days of Thunder, which was a NASCAR movie.
Right.
Right. But then it started to go a little bit crazy. Like somebody made a volleyball movie at some point with C. Thomas Howell. But they had an arm wrestling movie with Sylvester Stallone. And there were this real mean arm wrestling guy. Like it's a dirty business. Like the guy was arm wrestling Sylvester Stallone, and then before he did it, he like punched him in the face. He did one of these things where he went like this, and it popped him like that.
Yep.
And but it was a very entertaining movie. It was good.
Well, Mike, take it from there. What
Those
you got?
were the good days. Oh, okay. Well, real quick, because I know we're running a little bit short on time right now, but I wanted to share with you my favorite moment of the morning, which was that, people send me pictures of their dogs and cats and so forth. So, and I show them in the podcast. So this lady, Miss Barnes, sent me a picture of Buddy, who's on the left. So I immediately said, that looks exactly like my dog. My dog's on the right. The stranger's dog is on the left. Don't they look the same?
It even
do.
looks like the same couch. And
That's what I'm
blanket.
saying. So anyway, so that I got a big kick out of that this morning. So anyway, that's my podcast story. The other story, in all seriousness, everybody, is the drought, which is getting worse and worse. Almost 100% of the state is under a drought right now, with more than half the state under an extreme drought. And just a little bit of help on the way. We do have a 50% likelihood for thunderstorms in your forecast today, and we do have some headed our way. So Nate, we'll probably have to dodge some this afternoon. Other than that, though, the forecast looks hot and humid, and the places that really need rain the worst, out like around Austin and into the hill country, there's just nothing. There's nothing coming their way.
Wow.
It's going to get worse and worse.
Okay. All right. Well,
So I leave you on that. But just go watch it for anybody who's wants to have a nostalgic trip back to the 80s. Over the Top. I highly recommend it.
Over the Top. Check it out.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of movies, and now Mike is giving you one to watch. Here's Dave. Dave,
What's up, man?
have you been
How are
enjoying
you,
this
sir?
entertainment?
Well, you're looking at a guy that flew into Houston at 2:30 this morning. So you've heard the stories. I was in LA the last couple of days doing interviews for the brand new movie Nope. I talked to Jordan Peele yesterday, Daniel Kaluuya, Keke Palmer. The interviews are great. You're going to love them. And so, you've heard the stories about like flying is just a mess right now. And so I ended up getting routed. I flew in and out of Burbank because we worked on the Universal Studios lot. We were on stage 18 where the shower scene for Psycho was filmed. So I was on stage 18 and I ended up flying out of Burbank. Smaller airport, it's easier to get in and out of most of the time. Yesterday, Nate, I ended up getting routed. I was in Oakland yesterday afternoon because I had to catch Burbank doesn't have anything direct. They have a direct flight to Austin, but not Houston. I noticed that. And so anyway, I ended up having to go. My connector was in Vegas, but it was really like late, getting delayed. So they called me to the desk and they're like, Mr. Morales, you might make your connection, but to make sure you don't miss it, how about going to Oakland? And so I got to see Oakland yesterday, which was cool. I love the Bay Area.
Nice.
And so I was in Oakland for about an hour and a half. But I didn't get in till like 2:30 this morning. Interestingly enough, they were loading a St. Louis flight when I landed at like 1:55. There were people lined up. The airports people are flying, man. There were a lot of people there. All right, couple other things real quick. Number one, I am so impressed that Mike Iskovich knows of D Nice. Man, I hadn't heard that song in a long time. But let me tell you a fun fact about D Nice, and I don't know if a lot of people know this. He's the one that discovered Kid Rock back in the day. So
Wow.
you can blame him. You can blame him for everything.
Okay.
That is Kid Rock.
Okay.
The other thing is Paws of Fury. The The Legend of Hank. That movie opens up tonight. It's a family film, animated story about a dog that wants to go help out a community of cats. They don't accept him at the very beginning, but then they bring him in. Interestingly enough, one of the voice actors is Mel Brooks. The story is loosely based on Blazing Saddles. And when I was about 30 minutes into the movie, I was like, wait a minute, this is kind of like Blazing Saddles. Talked to the director, and he said, yeah, that was the inspiration, actually. Michael Cera, George Takei, also part of the voice cast. But it's fun, and a lot of the families are going to go see it. And it's about just acceptance and liking everybody. In this case, the example is cats and dogs getting along. So we have that. We're working a lot of stuff, Nate. We got great stuff coming up. The movie Nope. I don't want to say too much about it, but I will tell you, see it.
Wow.
Dude.
All right, man. It's
Jordan
good?
Jordan Peele can tell a story. I'll leave it at that.
Nope. Everybody watch it.
It's coming out.
All right, buddy. We'll do it again tomorrow.
Yes, sir.
Thanks for joining us. Okay, I got some questions for you tomorrow, too. All right, folks, we got to get out of here. Thank you all for joining us. To my life, Janae, Duke, also Lopez, and Catherine, George, all you guys who joined us this morning. All right, to the crew, and we certainly thank them for joining us as well. Daniela Cinderella, the very stylish Janae, Lisa Taylor, Sean and Diamond, Rhoda, big personality, Jeanette, Barbie doll Barbie, Carolina Lena Sanchez, Jessica the Great Berman, Rico Suave Jones, also the Lion, Grambling Grad, Kevin Collins, who's on vacation, the chef, John Butler, also known as Mr. Meat. That name courtesy of Johnny, Two Big Toes Rodriguez, Don Juan, Big Daddy Bradley, the Mayor, Texas Tech Grandpa, Mark Jenner, Alex What's Up Supco, Ole Miss Maggie, Chris Lambo Lamborghini, and John Bill Street Chastain. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Have a great day. Bye.